My name is Beane, and you're joining me today at the record company in Boston. Today's artist is cool as a cucumber. Her voice is guaranteed to melt you away. This is Emily Sangder.
Moving forward, using all my breath, making love to you was never second best. I saw the world crashing all around your face, never really knowing it was always mesh and lace. I'll stop the world and melt with you. You've seen the difference and it's getting better all the time. There's nothing you and I won't do. I'll stop the world and melt with you. Dream of better lives, the kind which never hate, trapped in the state of imaginary grace. I've made a pilgrimage to save this human race, never comprehending the race had long gone by. I'll stop the world and melt with you. You've seen the difference and it's getting better all the time. There's nothing you and I won't do. I'll stop the world and melt with you. The future's open wide. Oh, I'll stop the world and melt with you. You've seen some changes and it's getting better all the time. There's nothing you and I won't do. I'll stop the world and melt with you. I'll stop the world and melt with you. You've seen the difference and it's getting better all the time. There's nothing you and I won't do. I'll stop the world and melt with you. Ooh.
Hi, Emily.
Hi, Beane.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so last minute too. We asked you less than 24 hours ago?
Well, I'm just always ready. I'm always ready for this.
As you should be. You never have to get ready if you're always ready.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
Easy.
Easy.
That was such a beautiful cover.
Thank you.
And I've never heard that song done in that way. Can you tell me why you chose it?
Yes. That was actually a song, well, I was a part of this show and the theme was 80s songs. So that's one of the songs from the 80s that I picked. And I picked it because it's a song that my dad used to sing when he was playing in bands, and he didn't sing very much. He was a drummer, but that was one of the only songs that he sang, and so I thought that was a cool little connection, and I just really love the song. I like the lyrics, and I feel like once you kind of tone it down, like you can pay attention to the lyrics more, and yeah, I love it.
All the way.
Yes.
Have you seen videos of your dad doing that song?
I haven't. I don't think they exist, unfortunately.
Right, okay.
So just have to imagine.
So when did you hear him sing it?
I didn't. It was like something he just told me about.
Oh,
so I was
okay.
kind of like, hey, Dad, I'm going to pick this song to do. And he was like, oh, that's funny, because I used to sing that song.
Oh, I
so
love
it's just
that.
like a little coincidental
So you can
connection.
compete a little bit with it.
Yes, exactly.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I will be looking out for your dad's cover of it.
I'll be making him do one of those ASAP.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect idea.
Yeah.
I thought that for you to choose that cover was really smart. I don't know, covers, there's a million right ways to do them, right? But one of the ways that grips me the most is when I hear the words for the first time.
Yes.
You know? How do the words in that song resonate with you?
Yeah, though that's a great point to bring up about like lyrics and songs. That's kind of what I like to do when picking covers is usually lyrics is what I look to first, and that's what I hear first when I'm listening to new music. And I think with songs like that are so enhanced by the production and such an upbeat song when you first hear it normally, I think it's so cool to tone it down and hear what he's saying. And when I did really listen to the lyrics, it's honestly like a very romantic song, which I feel like you don't really think about. Like it's just so like, it's very beautiful and very romantic. And I think having it maybe a little more toned down just brings the romance out a little bit.
Totally.
Makes it more intimate, and that's kind of what I wanted to do with it.
Do you consider yourself a romantic?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Maybe a little. I don't think I necessarily show that side of myself that much.
Yeah.
But maybe through music is the way to show
music.
it a little more.
What about your dad?
Yeah, definitely.
Is
He's kind of like me. Like, I feel like we're both a little more quiet, a little more low key, but like, not to like get into my parents' marriage. They have a beautiful marriage. Like they're very happy, and I've definitely seen them be very romantic and loving, and that's how I grew up, was witnessing that. So
Yeah.
I definitely got that from my dad and my mom.
Oh, I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. So when you write your own music, are they love songs? Are you a Swiftie? Are they like, do the people need to watch out? Like, are you gonna write demonizing songs about them?
I'm definitely a Swiftie. I wouldn't really say that I'm writing love songs, but they're not like diss tracks either. It's
Right.
more like my own sadness and like introspective thoughts on everything, I guess, is what I'm really trying to go for. Yeah, if I'm feeling really upset about something, I feel like I more write it as like a, maybe this is what I did wrong in the situation, rather than like, you suck, you did something so wrong to me. I feel like I have a hard time getting in that mindset, if that makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
I really resonate with that, actually. I think when I write, a lot of my songs too are very introspective.
Yeah.
And it's almost a way for me to take stock in my own thoughts and emotions and kind of take the blame for things myself.
Yes, totally.
So when you are performing your songs for other people,
Okay.
have you had these conversations with them beforehand, or is this like hey, here's a song I wrote and it might feel familiar to you?
I'm so embarrassed to like talk to people about it beforehand. I have never done that. I feel like I'm getting to the point in my writing now where I'm starting to like not care as much if that particular person happens to hear it and is like, oh, that's clearly about me. Because when I was first starting to write, I did not want that to happen. I was like, they cannot know this is about them. That'd be super embarrassing, and I don't want to cause controversy. I hate controversy. So, but now I'm starting to care about that less. I've never had a conversation with somebody about it, but I'm definitely getting more, like, as I grow as a writer, I feel like I'm getting more specific and a little bit more like, well, if this is about you, then you'll know, I guess.
Nice. When did you start writing?
Just a couple years ago. I started writing, like 2019 is when I started getting more into it. Writing was something that I have wanted to do forever, but never felt confident enough to actually do it. Like, I think mostly lyrically, I was just like never able to like get my thoughts together enough to like put it down on a page. Plus I'm kind of impatient, so I would try and then I would get frustrated and give up immediately. But then I took a class at Berkeley that really forced me to write and perform for other people every week, and that's when I really started building off of that.
Interesting. Does the confidence apply to when you do a cover?
No, I would say like covers I've been doing forever, and I've been performing for a really long time, and like I find covers that I really like lyrically, something that I even think like, oh, maybe I could have written that, and then I'll perform that, and I feel like I can get really into it really easily. But my own words took me a lot longer to like get coherent.
Interesting. So your dad was a musician.
Yes.
And he was a drummer.
Yes.
Did some light vocal work.
Light vocal work.
Is that where you got your inspo from?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, when I was growing up, he loves classic rock, and that's the kind of music that he played when he was in bands, and so that's what I grew up listening to. And my mom loves that too. She's like a little less musical, but loves listening to music. And so, yes, a groupie. So, yeah, I think I definitely got my inspiration from him, and I started singing when I was younger, and then I tried to play drums at one point, but it didn't really stick with me, and then I started on guitar a little bit more, and that's kind of where it all began. Yeah.
So that young little version of Emily who is trying to drum,
Yeah.
what would she have to say about the version of Emily that's here now?
I think she'd be super psyched that I'm sitting here, like talking to you and in this space and still doing music to this day. That wasn't always something that I thought I was going to do full time, and I think my younger self would be very excited that it is something that I've chosen to keep doing.
I think she would too. So I know that when you're in school, sometimes there's like a little bit of a bubble there.
Yeah.
And you just graduated.
Yes.
Congrats.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
So I'm intrigued to know, where do you see yourself in a year or in 5 years?
That's a really good question.
Give me both. I wanna hear both. Yeah.
So I just recently kind of moved back into the Boston area because I'm working here now, which has been great.
Nice.
Trying to gig and still release music as much as I can. So in a year, I would say hopefully I'll have built up a little bit more of like a fan base, and I can like maybe expand my performing opportunities a little bit more. That would be ideal. I would say I'd still probably be living here at least in a year. But yeah, just hopefully performing a little bit more often, with a little bit more of a following. And then 5 years, I can see myself moving back to the West Coast. That's where I'm originally from, and I love it there so much. It's home to me, and so not sure where on the West Coast exactly.
It's big.
It's big.
There's a lot to choose from.
A lot to choose from. So we'll see like where I go with that. But 5 years, I can see myself back on the West Coast, hopefully performing and writing music as a full-time thing. That's my ultimate goal. So
We're manifesting right now.
we are manifesting.
Yeah, we're manifesting it. I can see Emily in 5 years somewhere on the West Coast, making it happen.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Who's your dream person to open for?
Wow, that's such a good. I mean, ultimate dream, like Joni Mitchell. Although honestly, I think I'd be kind of scared to open for her. But it would be like that would be like the ultimate.
So you, as an artist, would you say that you are in like the Joni Mitchell, Brandi Carlile lane, or?
A little bit, yeah. It's what I'm trying to be. I feel like Phoebe Bridgers is another big inspiration of mine as well. A little bit more of a contemporary artist, but another dream opening situation for sure. But yeah, I tend to use her for inspiration as well.
Right. So you touch on all those things, but I'm sure that there's elements of your music that are very original to what you do.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely.
And I'd love to hear something.
Yes.
Can you show me an original?
Yes, I would love to.
What do we have to hear?
I think I'm going to play a song called Enough that I released last September. And yeah, I wrote it during all the COVID stuff. I was back home, and it's about kind of some weird friendship stuff that happened back home where some people maybe wanted to be more than friends, and I was like, yes, maybe I want that too. And then later I was like, oh, actually I don't want that anymore, and had to be like, no, thank you. So it was a little awkward. That's what it's about, an awkward situation.
That's great.
Yeah, so this is Enough.
Thanks, Emily. Can't wait to hear it.
Thank you, Beane.
Last night I drove past your parents' house, saw your car parked with the windows down. It was well out of my way, just had to see if you were still around. Try to be honest with me, and I'll be honest too. You know, the more you ignore me, the more I wanna hold you in my arms. But the second that you start to adore me, we could never be far enough apart. It's a mental illness, I think. Never wanting to be loved. You could give me everything, but it isn't good enough. Good enough, enough. I still wish I could see you sometimes, and we talk about the stupid things we've done. We can compare and contrast all you like. You know I've beat you 100 to 1. I'm sorry for the things that I said. I don't know if they were true. I wish that I could take it all back. The damage I dealt to you.
Hey stunning people, it's Beane. Make sure to check out the Salt Lick Sessions YouTube channel and subscribe.